Taylor Sheridan became one of TV's most powerful creators with an epic saga set on a ranch. But his latest protagonist has little patience for agrarian fantasy. The landowner giving Tommy Norris a lecture isn't really a rancher, the professional fixer argues. You're an oilman who spends the money we give you on cattle. For his latest drama on Paramount Plus, Sheridan has turned his attention to the black, oozing lifeblood of his native Texas. LANDMAN has the masculine bravado and conservative milieu of Yellowstone, Sheridan's flagship red state soap opera, that also builds an immersive, detailed world in the sun-baked Permian Basin that anchors the show in observed reality. Hell Has a Front Yard, the third episode of Paramount Plus's drama series LANDMAN, centers on the fallout from the numerous tragedies that have taken place while Tommy Norris is watching. Monty Miller is under pressure to settle the dispute without seriously hurting his commercial empire, but he does not want to endanger his trusty landman in the process. The protagonist must greet his adored ex-wife, Angela Norris, who is constantly giving him headaches as he copes with these dilemmas. They have to deal with the big choice their daughter, Ainsley, makes. Cooper, meantime, gets used to living in the patch following the potentially fatal rupture. Angela comes to Odessa to see how her family is doing. Since Tommy Norris is aware that she will continue to be critical of him, he is not excited about her presence. She forces her ex-husband to accompany her and their daughter, Ainsley, to a country club shortly after she arrives in the city. Monty Miller, who seems to adore the length of her short skirts, paid for the mother and daughter's delicious margaritas. She spends time with her child, who wants to exact revenge on Dakota Loving for ending their relationship, while Tommy races to take care of business. When Ainsley finds out that her ex-boyfriend is seeing one of her friends, her desire to harm Dakota vanishes. Angela ordered margaritas to help her cope with her sadness. Tommy discovers his beloved ex-wife and daughter intoxicated and unconscious when he returns to the country club. He drives them to the company residence with the assistance of a waiter. Dale Bradley, who is still upset about the assault he received from Ainsley, greets them. Nevertheless, he assists Tommy in bringing them inside. Despite Angela having custody, the daughter informs her father that she wishes to remain with him. Tommy informs Ainsley that Angela will be devastated by her choice. In any case, she wishes to shield her heart by being with the landman. His ex-wife starts acting quite flirtatious while he mulls over the choice. He wants to break the news first, but she seductively jumps into bed with him. She is upset and depressed when he tells her that Ainsley wants to stay with him. Although she respects her daughter's choice, she does not wish to live alone in a large estate. Tommy asks Angela if they should reconcile, but she refuses to put up with him putting work before family anymore. Monty Miller is having trouble sleeping after the explosion that kills 3 oil firm employees and the collision between an M-Tex oil aircraft and a TTP truck. He is asked to terminate Tommy and assign blame by a friend. But the businessman is aware that he needs a realist like Tommy to manage the company. He responds that executives like Tommy, who are adept at handling any situation that comes up out of the blue, are the reason every significant company he knows runs well. He therefore does not want to be used as a scapegoat and lose an important asset. Nevertheless, Tommy is asked by Monty to handle their current problems, beginning with the TTP one. The businessman wants his landman ready for his court appearance because the deposition is approaching. At that point, he gets a call from Chandler, the lawyer he requested, rather than Rebecca Falcone. The lawyer informs him that he should make amends with his successor, who has the authority to hold him accountable for any mishap that takes place on the business's grounds. If he wants to be friends with her, he even begs the landman to sleep with her. Tommy makes an unsuccessful attempt to establish a friendship with Rebecca after listening to Chandler. On their trip to the crash site, they wind up arguing as the landman tells him about stolen trucks and airplanes that keep showing there so he can report them every time and allow federal agents to take them. As they engage in an ideological battle, Rebecca stops moving when she spots a rattlesnake. Tommy saves her life by killing the poisonous reptile. She owes the landman her life even if they are unable to be friends. Despite losing 3 coworkers to a blowout, Cooper is determined to continue working at the patch. The cousins of the deceased roughnecks almost beat him up as he copes with the deaths. The young man retaliates and resolves the conflict. The boss takes him under his wing after witnessing him defend himself and invites him to join his gang, which includes the 2 men who attempt to assault him. Cooper then goes to see Lou's wife in an attempt to patch things up with the men's families. The woman accepts and feeds him after he confides in her about his grief and survivor's guilt. Ariana, Elvio Mitting's widow, chuckles as she watches Cooper suffer as he finds it difficult to handle the peppers in his dinner. To help him feel at ease, she even offers him dessert. She finds solace in his company because their interactions distract her from the loss of her husband. Elvio's cousins, meanwhile, are offended by this newfound connection. If he keeps hanging around with Ariana, one of them even threatens to stab him. Cooper goes to work with Boss despite his antagonistic coworkers, and he exercises control over the staff at the patch by making them wait while he brings his men their coffee order.